All right, you hear stories like this and you think, no way. How does a business go from practically zero to hero on TikTok Shop with that kind of speed? Well, in this explainer, we're going to pull back the curtain and break down exactly how they did it.
So, let's just start with the final number, the one that got everyone talking. $1 million. Yeah, you heard that right. $1 million in gross merchandise volume. It's a huge number that just makes you ask, how?
And then it gets even crazier. This wasn't some long 5-year grind. We're talking about a 3-month window, a 90-day sprint from a standing start all the way to $1 million.
And here it is. This is the real kicker, the part that kind of breaks your brain if you're used to traditional e-commerce. They did all of this without spending a single penny on ads. It was all organic. So seriously, what was their secret?
So how on earth did they pull this off? Let's rewind the clock all the way to day one and see how this incredible result was built, piece by piece.
You know, every massive success story has a beginning, and this one starts slow, like really slow and really deliberate. This was not an overnight explosion. This first month was all about laying the groundwork. And after those first 28 days, look at these numbers. Just over $1,000 in sales, only 23 customers. I mean, it's a start for sure, but it is a million miles away from $1 million. So what were they actually doing all this time?
Well, their strategy was actually super simple. First, they partnered up, splitting the profits 50-50. Smart. Then they kept it lean, just 5 products. No need to get complicated. And third, and this is key, they just trusted the algorithm. They let TikTok do its thing to find those first few buyers.
Okay, so here's where things get interesting. Month 1 was the foundation. Month 2, that was the turning point. This is when they stopped waiting and started actively pushing for growth. Everything was about to change. And wow, just look at that jump. They went from $1,000 to over $11,000. And the customer count? It exploded, more than 10 times bigger. Clearly, whatever they started doing was starting to catch fire.
So what was it? Well, it was a 3-part plan. First, they expanded their catalog with more products. Second, they started making their own content, over 50 videos. But the real game changer, the absolute key, was step 3. They launched an affiliate program and started paying other creators to sell for them.
You can really see the story in this one chart. That tiny first bar, that's the foundation. The second, bigger bar, that's the affiliate engine just starting to rev up. But that third bar, that's a preview of what's coming next. The growth is about to go from linear to straight up exponential.
All right, we're in the home stretch now, the final 30 days. They had a system that worked, and now it was time to just stomp on the gas. This was the final sprint.
And you can see it right here. By day 84, they're knocking on the door of 100 grand. That affiliate engine isn't just running anymore. It's a freight train, pulling in tens of thousands of visitors. The momentum was just unstoppable at this point.
And their strategy was so smart and focused. It really boiled down to 2 things. 1, scale what works. That meant getting more and more affiliate partners on board. And 2, optimize for discovery. They tweaked all their product listings, their titles, everything, so people could find them just by searching on TikTok.
And then, in that last week, it all came together. The system hit its peak and pushed them right over the finish line. The final, incredible result, $1 million in gross merchandise volume in just 90 days.
And what's so important to understand is this wasn't just a lucky break. It was a system, a repeatable framework that connected products with creators, all while they kept their customer satisfaction high, which is something the TikTok algorithm absolutely loves and rewards.
So now that we've seen the whole 90-day journey, let's boil it all down. What's the formula here? What are the key lessons we can actually take away from this?
Honestly, if you only remember one thing from this whole breakdown, let it be this. This is the secret sauce. The magic wasn't some complex hack. It was the simple, powerful formula of matching a great product with the right creator who could sell it to their audience. That's it.
And that simple idea leads to some really powerful lessons. First, this proves ads can be optional, but having a strategy is not. Second, this isn't a set-it-and-forget-it model. You have to be optimizing every single week. And finally, the fundamentals matter most. Your shop's performance, good ratings, happy customers, is way more powerful than any short-term hack.
And that leaves us with one last big idea to chew on. Think about it. This whole million-dollar journey was fueled by paying commissions to creators, not by paying platforms for ads. So it really makes you wonder, right? As we look at the future of e-commerce, is investing in creators becoming